Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm here today with a journal that I am calling a whole snippet journal. I've really been inspired recently to make snippets. Some of these are quite old snippets, but then I got back into making some. Now there are snippets from fabric like this one and that one. There could be snippet clusters like this one, very little snippets made from paper. Snippets that I've then made into embellishments. Oh, I hope you can't hear the wind. It's such a windy day here today. These are more strip ones made from paper. Snippy snippets. Really book page snippets, really large snippets that I then cut into. And then I have used some printables where they're printables that look like they've already been snippeted. I mean, this hasn't, but the way that it's been collaged, it's like you'd make a snippet. So you'll see when I open the journal. And then some that are strips that are a bit like the Tim Holtz that were a bit popular quite recently. Different style there. Really, you know, that's quite a big one that I've chopped into. But you can see that I made them all sorts of different sizes. So put them to one side. It's just so you kind of knew. And then some that I've sewn onto brown, again, make embellishments. So obviously for the cover, I have made fabric snippet, and then I've just popped this bit of fabric round and tied it into a bow. So if I open it out inside out, this was a huge snippet made out of fabric that I decided I was going to cut down to this size to make a cover. So it's all different fabrics that I've then stitched around each piece, and the overall look, I really love that look. So we start with a fabric snippet cover. Then as we go in, I lined the inside of the cover with this paper snippet that was huge, or another word for it, for this particular sort of snippet, would be franking paper, which Tsunami Rose first inspired me with. Now, everyone who's inspired me with this video, I will link down below, but this is a very Tsunami Rose style, where you take lots of bits of paper, sew them up, and it's made a really nice cover with the back of that. Opposite that, we have a fabric snippet tuck with a paper snippet. You're going to get so fed up of me saying that word, I might stop, that I've just backed on there. So that's a paper snippet journal card. Going over the page, this is a printable that looks like a snippet, but it's just a printable in a pocket with a paper snippet with a little tab snippet on the top. So snippet has made a tab. It's really, I've put this video together to inspire people to know all the different ways you can use paper and fabric snippets, because there's lots of videos on YouTube about how to make them, but not so many of how you'd actually go about using them. So this is how a whole snippet journal would look. Again, printable looks like snippet. That is a snippet made out of fabric that I've then sewn across as a belly band with a, this is again, look, just paper printable looking like a snippet. And I've just left that blank so you could write on that. And that tucks behind the belly band. This is an envelope printable that looks like a snippet that I've just left open so you can journal inside there. Another fabric snippet used as a tab on a page. Another franking or paper snippet page, love that. And this one I decided to leave the back with the stitching showing. Partly I just like how that looks. Some people would think it was messy. I am a messy person, so it probably appeals to me. But I also think actually sometimes it's hard to write on a blank journal page because it's just a blank page. If you've got these, I was thinking you could even write words that inspire you, or stick an image in each piece, or write in each section. I just think it's quite, I liked that. Anyway, over the page. Fabric snippet used as a flip up. And then obviously you write under there. I've stuck a bit of snippet on the, this is such a tongue twister, on the bottom of that pocket, and just used a printable, which was just a printable, but by putting the zigzags across there, it's automatically made it like a paper snippet. Just blank on the back. Again, you could write in the sections or back it if you really don't like that. This is a very vintage page from a book. I love the texture on that. Popped another fabric snippet tab on there. Now this is just a cluster on a page. The back was a fabric snippet. You can see the sewing lines in it. Just pop that little label across there, and I think so there's another use for your snippets, making them into clusters. Over the page, that is a printed snippet, which I've just put a mini paper clip on. You could either clip things under there, you know, it's quite useful to hold things. This was a really wide paper snippet that I made. These were definitely inspired by Roxy Creations many years ago. I'll link that down below. Pop lace on there just for a bit of change from just paper, really. Another printable one. That looks like snippets. It's got all the little bits on, and then I've just left that blank in the middle so you can write on that. Going over the page, this is a printable, looks like a snippet. I've left a plain page here, look, with little oh my goodness, my brain, paper edging, cutting, forgotten the name, trims, I don't know, forgotten the name. Then this is another envelope like the one I've just shown you, but this time I've actually sealed it up, and then the centre of this journal is hidden in there, you see. So you don't ever have to see the binding in this journal. That's actually just a nice little thing, and you can obviously tuck things in there. So the other side of that, the other side of that. This is another paper snippet that I've really left the edges. I haven't cut it straight. I just like that look for something different. And then this is another Tsunami Rose idea. She used index cards to decorate, and then I popped a fabric snippet on there, and then you write on the back. Lots of writing space, but all looks interesting. I've popped a fabric snippet on the top of this little pad of, you know, scrappy note papers that you can pull out and use or write on the back of. That's just clipped on there. On the other side, holding the clip, is a little snippet, but very left very much for just decoration. I'd use that as a bookmark or something like that, I think. Then we've got another fabric paper snippet pocket there with a paper snippet tag. What is this? Let me think. Oh yeah, this is a paper snippet that I've left as a flip up. So you can write on there, or you could write there. Going over the page, I popped a fabric snippet on the pocket and just popped another piece of paper in there that looks like snippets, so you can write on there. I have decorated up a little pocket here with the snippet and stuck a butterfly on, and this is snippet printable that I've then run through the embossing folder just for a bit of added interest, and that just slips lovely in there. Fabric snippet used as belly band, holding a paper snippet journal card. Oh, and there's the back of that paper again, so you could write on there, or if you really hate it, just keep it hidden over. That's the other side of the franking paper, paper snippet, what you want to call it. There's another snippet cluster. Snippet used as a pocket there, and then in there is just a bit of paper for you to write on. Another snippet here, just used that way and with more lace, but just really nice. A fabric snippet there just for interest, for decor. I've used one here as a pocket and just stuck some extra sewing on there and popped some more of that snippety paper there, which I love. Printable, used part of a snippet paper there and just popped this in, which is an Yvonne Preston idea, which you get absolutely loads of writing space, but it's all kept together in a nice neat little ephemera with snippet on the front. And on the back, just finished with some fabric snippet, and that's the back of the cover again. So, to conclude, the snippet rolls can be made from fabric or paper or lace. You can use them as covers, tucks and pockets, journal cards, tags and tabs, page tabs, belly bands, flip ups, be it paper or fabric, and as pockets and as clusters just for decoration. So I hope you've had lots of snippet ideas there of what to do with your snippets. I've actually really enjoyed having a whole journal made from it because I love the look of snippets, paper and fabric. Right, that is enough of the word snippet. I will be off now, and I hope you have found something of use here. Thanks for stopping by. Bye-bye.